My name is Ron Wilstein. I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide here in Park City, Utah. Thank you for joining me for this Pinebrook market update. Before we look at the Pinebrook sales data, I would like to begin with giving you an overview of the Park City real estate market. Over the past 12 months, there's been 1,322 sales. Now this consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land, and this is all real estate brokerages combined. Now that is down 86 sales or 6% from that same period 12 months before. This graph here shows us homes, condominiums, and lots and allows us to see the decline or the increase in sales over the past year. The red bar represents the period of May 2015 to April 2016. The silver bar represents the same 12-month period the year before. You can see here that homes are actually down by 10%, dropping from 541 sales to 485 sales. Condominiums is about flat. The year before was 665 sales. This past year, 664. And lots were down by 16% from 205 sales to 173 sales. But what's happening in terms of prices? Let's see what is happening on real estate values in Park City. Here we're looking at a graph of medium home sold prices, and what I've done is I've broken this into two areas. One is Park City areas, the other is Snyderville Basin. Park City area represents properties within town. The Snyderville Basin is the county area of Park City. You can observe that the medium sold price within the Park City limits rose 16% from $1,320,000 all the way to $1,532,500. What a wonderful increase. Saw the same thing in the Snyderville Basin, 16% increase there from $799,000 to $926,000 as the new medium home sold price. Condominiums, when we break it down by Park City and Snyderville Basin, we have a 13% increase in the city limits, climbing from $540,000 to $609,750. In the Snyderville Basin, a nice 8% appreciation, with the median price rising from $375,000 to $405,000. Lot market is where we see the greatest percentage increase. In the Park City limits, 27% from $550,000 to $700,000, 43% in the Snyderville Basin from $286,000 all the way to $409,000. I do need to point out here that this data is a bit skewed. The reason why is we don't have that many lots that sell in the Park City area, so our sampling is very small. Consequently, you could have, for instance, in the past 12 months, one or two very nice lots in key locations with unobstructed views of the resorts and other huge benefits that were not present in the lot sales the year before. That alone can impact values by 20-25%. So while prices are definitely going up in terms of land values, I don't want you to look at this and assume, gee, my lot goes up 27 or 43% each year. It's not accurate. If you want the accurate figure, contact me. I'll give it to you for your specific geographical area. That would be something you can rely upon. But let's turn our attention to Pinebrook. The Pinebrook real estate market has been very strong. Home sales in Pinebrook are up by 25% over the previous year. And that amounts to 45 sales this past year versus 36 the year before. So that's very strong and it's healthy. Indicates people like the Pinebrook neighborhood. We always like to look at things in terms of absorption rate. And what absorption rate is it calculates how long it should take, based upon past sales, for the current inventory of properties to sell in the future. What we do is we look back a year at the number of sales that occurred in Pinebrook, and properties were selling very nicely at a pace of one sale every 8 days. That's very, very strong. And then we take a look at what the current inventory of homes are. Right now there's 14 homes on the market in Pinebrook. This equates to a 4-month inventory. The National Association of Realtors reports that a balanced market, an equal number of buyers and sellers, is about a 6-month inventory. In resort communities like Park City, a 9-month inventory is a balanced market. So when we're looking at here a 4-month inventory, that's a very strong marketplace. Favors sellers and is good news. Prices have ranged from $432,000 all the way up to $1,545,000, with the medium sold price being $765,000. That's actually down by 2% over the previous value where it was $780,000. Not a huge drop, and again, different homes sold this past year versus the year before, but it's worth noting. Turning our attention to lots in Pinebrook, the number of sales is down by 10% over last year's sales numbers, but there were 10 sales the previous year, 9 sales this last year, so a 10% drop is only one less sale. Pinebrook lot absorption rate, we're seeing lots selling at a pace of about 1 sale every 41 days. There are currently 9 lots on the market in Pinebrook. That equates to a 12-month inventory of lots. And do keep in mind that lots tend to sell more easily and more often in the summer and spring months, just because you can walk the properties easier than during the winter when they're covered with snow. Lot prices have ranged from $142,000 all the way up to $374,500. Median price is $218,000, a 21% increase over previous year's values of $180,000. Again, small sampling, you might have 1 or 2 in there that kick that up, that 21% that I mentioned before. If you're interested in receiving the specific data that makes up the summary comments on Pinebrook homes and lots, send me an email, ron@thewillsteinteam.com, or to my colleague on my team, Doug at thewillsteinteam.com. We'll get you that information. I do want to mention how you can get this sort of information on Pinebrook whenever you wish. And what you want to do is you want to bookmark viewparkcityrealestate.com/Pinebrook. And we do these webinars approximately every 6 months, but you can certainly get current information whenever you want. Here's what you want to do. Let me just take you to our website. This is our home page, viewparkcityrealestate.com. If you put // Pinebrook, it will take you to our special page just for Pinebrook. This is the page here. And what you're seeing here is a couple choices that are available. If you slide down a little further, you'll see all the homes that are on the market in the Pinebrook area. And you can actually choose which ones you want by price range if that's important. But what I want to call your attention to is we have these 4 buttons here. The green button says watch a webinar for an update on the Pinebrook real estate market, which in effect is what you're doing right now. The 2 lower buttons, the maroon and the orange, allow you to search for properties either by homes or condominiums. And again, these are in Pinebrook. The blue button here is the one I want to draw your attention to, which changes colors. Once you highlight it, it says send me current sales data on the Pinebrook area. When you push that, it will take you to this page. And this page, very simple form, it says current sales data request. You simply identify your property, whether it's a home, condominium, or lot. Choose whatever is applicable. Bedrooms, bathrooms, and then just a little bit lower down, you put in your contact information, your first name, last name, email address. If you want to receive our newsletters, feel free to include your mailing address. And then if you have a particular question or request in the comment box, put that there, and then simply click on the green button. That will come to me, and we will send you the information on current sales anytime that you want. So that is available upon request. You don't have to wait for the next webinar. Let me wrap up by giving you a forecast of real estate in Park City for 2016. And the big question that people are contemplating these days is, do I buy a new property or do I buy a used property? And most people tend to prefer new homes or condos. The reason why is while they may cost more than older property, they like the latest additions. They like a new property, and they're willing to spend the additional money. So there's buyers for older property, there's buyers for newer properties. The thing that we want to bring to your attention is that there are more than 20 new developments in Park City and Deer Valley areas. These are new homes, condos, and townhouses that are available for today's buyers. Now, some of them are in construction, some have been completed, some will be completed next year, but they are available. Now, buyers often prefer new homes over older existing ones because they want to be the first person to live in the property. It's not that uncommon. They also like getting the latest and greatest bells and whistles, which of course are included in new homes and condominiums. If older homes have not been upgraded to match today's buyers, what they can get in new homes, older properties will likely be the last ones to sell, especially since there is a variety of choices for today's buyer. Therefore, thoughtful upgrades will not only help a property sell, but it will usually put more money into a seller's pocket. So something worth considering in our current marketplace. If you want our input on how your home compares to new properties, give us a call. We would be happy to come by, share with you our thoughts once we see your property. Maybe we can make some suggestions of things to do to increase your value or help it sell in competition with newer properties. Finally, I want to wrap up and say, if you want to learn how much your Pinebrook home is worth, real easy way to find out. All you do is you go to BuyParkCityRealEstate.com to our homepage, scroll down a little bit to the section entitled Learn What Your Property is Worth. Very simple form to fill out, or just send Doug or I an email. Here's the homepage. You scroll down past the Start Your Park City search, past properties listed in webinars, to this section, Learn What Your Property is Worth. Very similar form as to the one I showed you earlier. Takes less than a minute to complete. Key differences at the very bottom here. It says, I'm interested in additional information. Choose this first choice. Contact me now for a free property evaluation. Look at the other choices. If any of those are of interest, select them, and then select the green button. And we will get back to you with information on when we can come by and see your property. We'll provide you with this information. There's no cost or obligation, just good information to help you either know what your property is worth today out of curiosity's sake, or perhaps you're considering selling it. Have any other questions about the Park City real estate market? Send myself or Doug an email, Ron or Doug at thewilsteinteam.com. If you want to call from us, include your phone number, preferred time to call, and we will reach out and give you a ring. Well, I'll mention to you, every single month we record our Park City Market Talk webinar. It's about a 20-minute presentation. We do it about the middle of the month, and we update you on where the Park City market is overall. We go into more details than I have on this brief presentation. And then we answer 3 or 4 key questions on people's minds or updates about what's happening in Park City. So feel free to check us out. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this webinar. Give you a couple of things to look at here as this presentation concludes, and have a great day.